Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I've got a quick question for all of you out there listening to kick off this latest Moon Lambo hot jam. How many of you all are interested in doing a little bit of exposing of former SEC Director Bill Hinman's secret agenda? Everybody nodding yes? I hope so. Because a Fox Business journalist has obtained Bill Hinman's public calendar. And my understanding is that this has been acquired through the efforts of XRP community members, because many XRP community members have engaged in FOIA requests, which of course is Freedom of Information Act request. And looks like we've found some success here. And this is pretty fresh news. So this was first shared by Eleanor Terrett, Fox Business journalist. And that was at, here we'll check the timer, 12:09 p.m. That's Central Standard Time. That's my time zone. As I'm recording this now, it is 2:26 p.m. So we've had a little over 2 hours to look into this, so that this is fresh. We may find bigger and bigger stuff that might not be mentioned in this video, since it is, well, let's be real here. It's like 189 pages, and so to comb through this could take a little bit of time, but there's some stuff already that is jumped out here, and so I wanted to get this video out to share with you what we found to this point. There may be even bigger and more awesomer stuff to talk about on this topic in the future, but there's already enough right here. Oh, there's definitely enough. So I'm going to share with you what Eleanor Terrett has uncovered. Got some stuff from attorney John Deaton as well. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a legal or financial background of any kind. I am not offering legal or financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. So again, as I record this, it is September 27th. This was a breaking scoop from Eleanor Terrett, again, as of 12:09 p.m. Central Standard Time, and she wrote the following. Breaking scoop. I have received a copy of Bill Hinman's public calendar covering his entire tenure while at the SEC. It's extensive, 189 pages worth, of which I am still combing through, but here are some standouts. Wednesday, oh, and by the way, all the dates listed here are from 2018. She ends up mentioning that at the end of the thread. I'm going to tell you right now, this is all from 2018. Wednesday, March 28th at 11 a.m. Hinman has a scheduled meeting with Scott Cooper, managing partner of A16Z. So that's the Andreessen Horowitz Crypto Fund. March 28th, 2018. So, of course, this is months before the Billy Boy Hinman Ethereum Free Pass speech. But what ended up happening after Bill Hinman left the SEC a couple years later? Well, take a look at this. Attorney John Deaton's crypto law organization covered this. This is from June 24th of last year. And this piece is titled, Hinman's Revolving Door Now Swings to Andreessen Horowitz. So that's the fund, A16Z, Andreessen Horowitz. Check this out. It all perfectly fits together here. Former SEC Director of Corporation Finance William Hinman continues his journey around the golden revolving door. The man who helped take Alibaba public in 2014 as a partner at the Ethereum-connected law firm Simpson Thacher went into the SEC in order to give public regulatory clarity to only one cryptocurrency, ETH, to then exit the SEC and return to Simpson Thacher. Well, he was not finished. Today, the tech venture capital giant Andreessen Horowitz announced Hinman has joined their firm as an advisory partner in their $2.2 billion A16Z crypto fund. The company said that Hinman, quote, will provide valuable insights to us and our portfolio companies, as well as play a key role in shaping the future regulatory environment in which we and they operate, end quote. Hinman's new fund is among the largest crypto investment funds in history, about 4 times the size of Andreessen's previous crypto fund. It's easy to see why Andreessen would ask him to, quote, shape the future of the regulatory environment, end quote, to turn their chosen investments into winners. Look at all he did to send the price of ETH soaring when he was a public official who happened to be receiving $15 million in payments from Simpson Thacher while in office. So there you go. We knew the Simpson Thacher part, but it's right on the calendar. Billy Boy Hinman, March 28th, meeting with Scott Cooper, managing director, Andreessen Horowitz, and then he just happens to, after he leaves the SEC, he just happens to go ahead and then join that firm. He just happens to. This all just happened to work out. And the things he said while he was at the SEC was really good for the firm that he'd then go and join. Not just Simpson Thatcher, but also for Andreessen Horowitz. Huh. That must just be a coincidence. Eleanor continues. Thursday, March 29th at 12:30 p.m. Hinman had a scheduled meeting with Consensus and SEC Corporation Finance official Amy Starr. Now, we did know that Hinman had been meeting with Consensus, and this is what's so damn offensive about all of this, because he said in his speech, and I'll have to paraphrase here, but his June 14th, 2018 Ethereum free pass speech, he stated something to the effect of, we don't see like a central authority, which means common enterprise, and the reason that's important because it goes plays into the Howey prong of common enterprise. And it's just so fascinating because he was meeting with the common enterprise, if you will, the central authority, effectively. Because Joe Lubin is a co-founder of Ethereum. There was an ICO. Then he founded Consensus, which is just trying to use Ethereum for everything. Lord knows how much they have. They're just, they're not public about how much ETH they hold, but it's probably an insane amount. And so if they're in the clear right there, then Ripple should be too. And that's why just enrages everybody, because it's completely absurd. But there you go. There's another meeting right there. Eleanor continues. Friday, April 6th at 1 p.m. Hinman had a scheduled meeting titled car/MTG REE. So there you go. Something about ETH. It's titled that. Nothing else specific. No. Thursday, April 12th at 4:30 p.m. A meeting scheduled titled Ether. Monday, April 23rd at 5 p.m. A scheduled meeting with Joe Lubin. Funny how this all just happens to work out, isn't it? Again, all of this is coincidence, and it just happened to just work out swimmingly for Joe Lubin and ETH and all that, but not so much for Ripple and XRP holders. How about that? Eleanor continues. And on the day Hinman gave his famous speech at the Yahoo Finance All Market Summit, there was a scheduled meeting with Ripple counsel and Valerie Shizhapanik at 10 a.m. More to come. Yeah, I don't know how to say that last name. SZC. I don't know, I probably nailed it. I'm good at stuff. So how about that? So this is interesting too, because you may recall as well, the day before this, there was a memo floating around the SEC. It was a legal memo about XRP, and we don't know what's in it. The SEC will not give it up. And so there was that. And then the next day, the day of the Ethereum free pass speech, Ripple counsel is meeting with Valerie Shishpak. Nailed it. And she had only been with the SEC for 10 days at that point, but here you can see this is on the official SEC website. SEC names Valerie A. Shishpanik, nailed it, a senior advisor for digital assets and innovation. Why? Why were they? And on that day specifically? On that day specifically. There's more stuff we don't know, obviously, but this is still something. Now, attorney John Deaton saw that and wrote the following. He retweeted the thread from Eleanor Terrett, and he wrote, outstanding job to Stu Young XRP, at Drew SUF4, and Eleanor Terrett. My crypto law US team has done a very quick review, and please know this appears to be an incomplete calendar. For example, the June 14th, 2018 calendar entry does not include his speech in San Francisco. Hinman was on CNBC following the Yahoo conference, not listed. These appear to be calendar entries, but not his full calendar. It may be his DC agenda. This does not take away from the outstanding effort of these XRP community members. Another example of SEC trying to hide truth. But this is how truth-seeking happens. A little truth here and a little truth there. Once you get past the deception, eventually all of the truth gets out. So look, these are through forward requests. That's my understanding. That's the reason that we even have this. So are they intentionally leaving out more stuff? I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know if there's another rational explanation. If he has two separate... would that even make sense? Does he have two separate calendars for different purposes? Do humans do that? I don't know, man. I don't know about you, but I commingle my personal and business calendar because I want to look at one calendar. So does he have multiple calendars? Does he actually do that? Otherwise, I don't understand. And I don't trust the SEC. I wouldn't be surprised if there's something sneaky going on and they just didn't give crucial information. They're hiding stuff. Wouldn't be surprised. Then here was a separate tweet, and this is from Eleanor Terrett, and this was at 1:03 p.m., so she had a little addition here. She wrote a couple more standouts. Friday, November 20th, 2020, at 10:45 a.m., Hinman had a scheduled call with Valerie Japanik. Nailed it. The entry is titled Val to call Bill Ari XRP. Okay, so again, we already know Valerie met with Ripple counsel. You know, the day of the Ethereum free pass speech, there were things that were said. Clearly, there's been some sort of analysis here. And so what we're to believe that even though, so it's on the calendar, there's a damn call, but there aren't any emails where they're questioning stuff about XRP. And that's why when we look at the emails and the drafts surrounding the Ethereum free pass speech of Bill Hinman, don't you think there might be something exculpatory in there for Ripple? Because the SEC, they've never fought so hard on any point in all the pretrial stuff in the SEC v. Ripple cases they are on this. They will not drop this damn thing. There is something in here that ruins their damn case. And you know, like here, they're talking about it. It's right there. It is not a question. And there's a legal memo, all this stuff. This does not pass the smell test. There's something horrifically wrong here. And then Eleanor writes, Monday, December 7th, 2020 at 12:30 p.m. Hinman had a scheduled meeting with Ripple counsel and Christina Littman, who was then chief of the SEC Enforcement Division Cyber Unit. That meeting took place 15 days before Clayton brought the lawsuit against Ripple. Now, check this out, though. Attorney John Deaton found something there, because again, mind you, the date is December 7th, 2020. So again, there's a meeting scheduled with Ripple counsel Christina Littman and Hinman. Here's the problem, though. Look at what Attorney John Deaton said in response to that. There's a reason he's using all caps here. It's because this makes no damn sense. John Deaton wrote the following. But why is Hinman meeting with Ripple on December 10th when he was no longer an employee at the SEC? His last day was December 4th, 2020. He was a private citizen working for an EEA law firm. So it's Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, of course, law firm. Anyone who doesn't acknowledge that Hinman had an agenda is being ignorant. And that is correct, by the way. So look at this. Here's the date, December 4th, 2020. This is the official SEC website. Statement on the departure of Bill Hinman. On his last day with the commission, we would like to thank Bill Hinman for a thoughtful, measured, blah, 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 blah. So he's no longer with the SEC. What the hell is he doing engaging in a meeting like this 3 days later? Like, there's stuff going on here that it does not pass the smell test. Something is not right when it comes to this. I don't know what's going on. There's also this, and not that I'm actually putting stock into this, but this was also on Bill Hinman's calendar. Look, it's from Eleanor Turret, Scoop. And this is from 1:33 p.m. today. Scoop. It would appear SEC and Tim Draper know who Satoshi Nakamoto is. Check out this entry from Wednesday, August 23rd, 2017 at 11 a.m. And so you can see here, there's a meeting scheduled, meet with Satoshi Nakamoto and Tim Draper. Okay. I find that highly improbable. So there's somebody, unless it's Craig Wright. I'm joking there, obviously, but is there some sort of entity out there that was jokingly going by this name, something to that effect? Because the idea that that Bill Hinman actually met with Satoshi Nakamoto and he knows who Satoshi Nakamoto, it's just that is too absurd. That's a step too far. Can you imagine? Can you freaking Bill Hinman? He does all this stuff and he knows who Satoshi Nakamoto is. They hang out on the weekends and they eat crepes for brunch in the morning on Sundays. Like, what are they doing here? I don't suppose that's what's actually going on. So I don't know that. I'm not saying that Eleanor's even taking that seriously, but that is interesting. I don't know what that is. There's probably a rational explanation for that one. If anybody knows what it is, let me know. Either way, I'm just saying. And then there was this from my fellow XRP YouTuber, Brad Kimes. Breaking news. Hinman's calendar just dropped. Hinman met with Consensus Joe Lubin on the same day of the infamous free pass speech. SEC meets with Ripple. ETHgate is real. Care to guess how bad those Hinman emails are? Yeah, so I'm willing to bet that they're pretty bad. I'm willing to bet that there's exculpatory evidence in there, and it would save Ripple's rear side. That would be my for fun guess. And so I retweeted that from Brad Kimes, and I wrote the following. Remember how Lubin said on the day of Hinman's E3 pass speech, which was June 14th, 2018, that he didn't have time to read it all and wanted to know if XRP was mentioned in the speech? Yeah, well, there you go. Seems like he really was given a copy of the speech before it was given. And so what I'm referencing there, just to be clear, is he was speaking to somebody. He might have been on stage at that point, but he didn't witness the Billy Bo Hinman Ethereum free pass speech, but he was at, I believe he was at that event if my memory is serving me. But either way, or yeah, of course he was. But then he said, he said something to the effect of, I didn't get to read the whole speech. And I'm like, wait, read the whole speech? Why would you have a copy of it before it was given? I was like, how does that make any damn sense? Oh, here you go. He met with him on the day. So he didn't get a chance to read it all. And so he sarcastically asked, is XRP mentioned in the speech? And he already knew the answer. He would have asked that. That's why he was being a jackass about it. He just was. He was being a complete jackass about it. So you already know that. Is the XRP mentioned in the speech? Oh, that's interesting. They're not interested. That's interesting. That's what he said. Really burns my biscuits, folks. Really burns my biscuits. So that's where we're at. That's the latest update. There may be more stuff uncovered, in which case happy to talk about this in future videos, but that's what we got. That's a hell of a start. But I'll go ahead and wrap up here. I am not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Lambo.